Okay, so we're on to step 4. Now you have thought about your dreams. You have those 10 dreams. We've narrowed it down to one. We've really focused on our why. And so now we have purpose and passion behind this thing that we want to do. So as you come into this new year, I want you to sit down, and this is something that I've been working on. I'm not perfect at, okay? I haven't mastered all these things. I just want to share with you what's worked for me and what I'm planning to use going into this new year. So I believe that when you have that passion, when you have that purpose and you're working towards it, that's where true happiness happens, okay? And so no matter where you are in the process, if you have setbacks, if you have things that happen, really take time in this process to appreciate the steps forward that you're taking, because all I really hope for you is that you can move forward. So what I've noticed is that so many times I'm like, but I don't have time to do this. How am I going to fit this in? How do I do this? And it's really around prioritizing and time blocking. So if you haven't heard of time blocking, it's where you really look at your schedule. And I always thought this was silly, right? Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have kids, like, how am I going to time block? You know what though? I've made it work. I'm working on it. This is one of my main focuses. And it's around planning, because I believe that if I can master this whole planning thing, I can really make my whole life easier, right? So as I look at time blocking, and I want you to keep something in mind too, okay? So it takes, I think they've said like 10,000 hours of doing something to really master it. So if you think about that, you think about your one thing, if you're just doing it 1 hour a day, it's gonna take a lot of years to get to 10,000 hours, right? If you can dedicate like 4 hours a day, then we're making more progress, right? So I really want you to think about looking at your calendar and thinking about, when can I have chunks of time to do things? For me, it's early in the morning. So I wake up, I do a workout, I get personal development in. Personal development has been something that I didn't think I could ever have time to read as a mom. And I've made it work. I've made it a priority. I worked through it, and I put down time and I said, I'm going to prioritize this, and I'm going to read for 10 minutes or 10 pages a day. And I've actually made it work when I focused on it, when that was the one thing that I was focusing on that season. So time blocking, you really gotta, so one way that I thought about this recently and that was really useful to me, I think it was Brooke Castillo. She does a lot of life coaching, and she was talking about just like, sit down at the beginning of your day, write down the stuff that needs to happen, because there are some things that just need to happen, right? But you get them out of your way. We're going to time block our one thing, hopefully for 4 hours, if you can manage it. If not, we'll figure it out. But write all those things in, all the tasks that you need to do, like it could be going to the DMV or whatever. Block that time out after you've blocked out your one thing time, okay? And the kids' activities or whatever else your family has, other work, whatever it is that you have going on, okay? So you literally look at your calendar and you're making chunks of time that you're going to be working on this one thing. You're going to stay focused. Your phone isn't going to be near you. You're not going to have an ability to scroll and whatnot, right? Block that one thing, and really it takes diligence to stay on it, right? Now, one thing that I'll say about willpower is it tends to be that our willpower, I'll start from this side, trickles down as the day goes on, right? So if you're like, my time block is going to be from 9 to 12 at night, that's great, okay? If you think that's going to work for you, for me, it doesn't work because I fall asleep. I can't tell you the number of times that I've fallen asleep trying to do my one thing. So for me, it needs to be early in the day. And there are even times when I say, if I'm going to leave it towards nap time, it doesn't happen. And I get really frustrated, but it takes willpower to get that one thing done. So really time block it. I encourage you to do it early in the day. And also, something that I really, really encourage you to time block is rest. So it's a really important thing that we time block rest, because you can't just run, right? We need to rest. And so schedule in that time. When are you going to be as a family? When are you going to take those times to rest, to rejuvenate, and to revitalize? So I hope time blocking works for you. More questions about time blocking. There's some information in the one thing. I think of where else I've read about it. I think there was more in the 12-week year too. So if you're looking for good recommendations, those would be 2 places that I would go. Otherwise, reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. So When are you going to get it done this week? Show me your time block.